And I think, as you mentioned, my background was in law. I had actually been a lawyer up until the time that I arrived at Enron, and actually came into Enron into the regulatory law group. Only stayed there for about 6 months. Enron, without getting into too much of the history, was really beginning a very active effort in trying to deregulate electricity markets. That was, sort of my area of expertise. I moved from the law group to the regulatory and governmental affairs group fairly quickly, about 6 months after arriving at the company, and really built my career there, ultimately, as you indicated, heading up the government and regulatory affairs group globally, with about 75 professionals at its peak. Enron, I think that, one of the comments you made, is sort of the perception that people have of the company. I don't think of being evil. I don't know that always, squares with, sort of my perception or the perception of many other people that were there. Life is always, more complex than sort of, classifying something as good or evil. It was an extraordinary place to work. I have a 27-year plus career, 8 of which were spent at Enron. There was no place before Enron that I worked that was as much fun, that was as challenging, that had as much intellectual firepower concentrated in one place. And I think I would say that, since, I left Enron in the middle part of 2002, as good as, the employers and, institutions that I've worked for since, none, has equaled Enron in that sort of fun challenge and, intellectual firepower quotients. And I think that there is also, a sometimes simplistic analysis applied to what happens in in any institution or any human endeavor. It's never, it's never one or the other. It's not a flash cut from good to evil. There's a very, incremental approach or, evolution of humans and human institutions, and I think Enron falls into that category. As I indicated, I'll talk a little bit just about myself, and then